Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 14 of Recreators. After that, recap episode, I was wondering, what are we gonna get next? And of course, the first thing I want to talk about that happened in this episode was honestly something I've been waiting for since we've hit the second half of the season, and something I've been really excited for, considering one of the big, major things that I always enjoy about watching a new anime is the opening song, the opening visuals, the ending song, the ending visuals. And honestly, I've been waiting, like, is this going to get another, since we hit that second half, that recap episode is done, are we going to get a new opening and ending? And yes, that is what we got. And honestly, it's hard for me to say, like, which do I like better, the first opening or this opening, because I loved the first opening. It was awesome. The visuals were great as well. But this opening, it got me hyped up, and I've been literally just listening to this song like literally on repeat all day ever since I heard it. And like the visuals as well is pretty damn awesome. It gives a good kind of some insight and sneak peek into what's going to be coming in these future episodes, to which I am definitely excited for. And we also got to see obviously in this that there are going to be new characters. Of course, we saw in the last episode that someone looks like the person that is the main hero to, of course, Celestia's story as well is there. But we also get to see in this opening two other people. But we'll get on to talking about the other characters later on. I was talking about the opening and the ending. We got through with the opening. Let's talk about how I felt about the ending, because honestly, I do enjoy the song, but the thing that really caught my eye was the visuals for the ending. Like, I really enjoyed the way they had it, showing them drawing the characters, creating the characters, having the characters in like a real life setting and everything. I don't know why, but it was really cool to see, especially considering the main aspect of this anime is, these creations from these games, from these anime, from these, light novels, visual novels coming to the real world. And I thought it was cool to see them, the ending incorporate that kind of drawing and creating these characters and them being in real life settings and everything, it was honestly, like, that's why I really enjoyed the ending. The song was nice too, I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy the song, but the visuals is what really caught my eye for that ending, and that's why I just was so excited to talk about it, both the ending and the opening in this review, because the opening, super awesome, super hyped up to see what's going to happen the rest of the season, considering what we saw in there. And the ending was just honestly just like, after watching the ending part of this episode, which gave us a little cliffhanger with that character that I'll talk about a little later on, and then having it's like, holy shit, I can't wait for the next episode. And then of course seeing the ending, which just made me even happier, because it really did enjoy it. Honestly, Recreators, great job at your opening and endings, because so far I've definitely loved it. But yeah, let's start talking about how I felt about the overall episode. We kind of got that opening and ending, hype. We can push that to the side for now. It was awesome. But let's get on to, the juicy parts of what happened in this episode. How did I feel about this episode? Honestly, it was another huge info dump. I know a lot of people don't really care for those episodes. I've been seeing a lot in the forums. I mean, it's kind of just expected already when I go to check them. I don't know why I still go to check. Maybe I'll feel that something happened where people will think differently. But I understand. I'm not full on, saying those people in the forums are stupid for what they're thinking, because I do agree that the way Recreators does their kind of work is they go to like huge extremes, honestly. Like, one moment in these several episodes, you're having these crazy action that just gets you super hyped up, and then for the next several episodes, they're just full on info dumps. Like, there's no action, there's no nothing. Like, I feel like the way they could have done it is to kind of spread everything out. You don't have to have just all action in these several episodes and then all info in these several episodes. These info dump episodes are important. I hate when people say that all you need is action and it's getting boring and all this kind of stuff with all this info dumps and stuff. But these info dumps are required to, of course, develop the characters, to develop the story. If you just have action, I know for a fact you're not going to enjoy the story. You can say as much as you like that, like, oh no, if there's just action, I'm definitely going to like it, No, that's not possible unless you just don't give a crap about story. Then, I mean, you could just look at a bunch of pages of, people slapping each other like, oh, action, action, action. That's pretty much what you're saying, honestly, in my opinion, at least. But I do understand that it should at least not be to the extremes that recreators have done so far. Overall, this episode, I felt it was actually really good. I liked the way that they kind of shown the reality of, writers and artists and everything. Kind of like not having it like this perfect, well-oiled machine, but all these guys are from different, companies, different, stories that they're making, everything. It's not gonna be easy. There is going to be infighting because there's different opinions, there's different ways that, they think that this is how you should write something, this is how you should draw something, because they're different people, and that's how it is with, art kind of related work. When you're writing a story, it's going to be different from this person's story. So of course, when they're making this huge collab, to which may I add the name Elimination Chamber Festival, sounds pretty damn cool, but kind of like, what the hell does that mean? But if I saw a story where, they were collabing a bunch of these different works that I loved, or even if I didn't love them, but I loved some of them, and they were putting these other ones, I would think that would be pretty damn hyped up and, really awesome to see. But the thing is, it's not easy. Like I said, with the characters, with these writers and the artists, it's not going to come easy because they have their different directions that they think of, their different methods of working, and I really like the way that they showed that in this episode. And also, sure, our main characters, of course, are the creations and everything. But these writers, the artists that we've seen from the beginning, and the new ones they've added as well with Big Lips and the other girl. Yeah, that guy has big lips. That's all I gotta say. Like, in this episode, I remember seeing him before, but I noticed it more in this episode for some reason. But it was, I enjoyed seeing they kind of develop their characters more as well. Like Marine, they showed her insecurities and everything, and showed how, even, how this situation is so damn important that even though they're fighting each other at one point, but then of course towards the end it's so important, that's why they're fighting, and that's why at the end they were able to finally edit their works and they're starting to, push forward. And of course that puts us where our main character Sota, we've wondered for the longest time, what is his input going to be in this at all. At first we thought he was the person who created Altair. Nope, he is not the person, in fact, but he wants to help as well. We've wondering, is he gonna do like it was his creation, or is he gonna make he's somehow in control of everything kind of thing. And in this one, we see a little bit of that. We don't really know what his, suggestion was, whatever he wanted to do. To which, of course, they start saying that it was a horrible idea, but go ahead and start drawing and everything. So I don't know why they cut that out if they're going to put that in later on. Like, it actually is. Like, it's so crazy and weird that normally you think, no, that's a bad idea, but it's actually a smart, good idea for this situation. And maybe Sota ends up becoming like one of the main reasons why they're able to defeat Altair, something along those lines. And they're talking about him drawing a character. At first, I thought he said he wanted to draw Altair, but it looks like he may be making his own character and adding it in. So if that is true, that would be pretty interesting to see as well, to see what kind of character he creates, what can he make now that he's, finally pushing forward from all the things that he's pretty much messed up on. And finally, of course, because of seeing how all these people are working, he changes as well. So I'm definitely excited to see that. I know a lot of people still don't like Sota, and I'm one of them. I don't really care for his character too much. He's kind of irritating, but he finally is changing. He finally is growing and pushing forward. So I'm giving, the benefit of the doubt that he will get better as a character and hopefully really show why he is a main character in this series and not just kind of dead weight to be in the background kind of thing like he's been for at least the first half of the season, But yeah, that's why I pretty much enjoyed the episode. I just love the realism that was added into this for the writers and development for our other characters. Even if they aren't main characters, they are still important to, what happens to this story. Without them, there would be no situation where they can make this huge collab, So it was awesome to see that kind of get sorted out, and of course push Sota, our main character, into a position where he can actually be a main character as well. But yeah, the rest of the episode, the very ending, of course, was shown with them trying to figure out where these new people, obviously, like I said before at the very beginning, in the opening, it showed 2 new characters were going to be introduced, to which we don't know what that one guy is. He's got like nunchucks or something. But the girl, to which I gotta say, holy shit, when they showed her, I was like, wow, I think my heart just like, I can't handle it. She is adorable. Like, I don't know what kind of anime she's from. Like, it looked like maybe like a slice of life or something. It would be interesting to see if, a character from not an anime or light novel or visual novel or whatever source material she comes from is like an action oriented thing. It'd be interesting to see if it came from, something along the lines like a slice of life. It would be interesting to see how that plays in with the rest of, the group and everything. And as we see at the very end, in the ending and stuff, we see that she is with the rest of the rest of the crew, with Celestia and Meteora them, which means that she is on the good side. While I'm guessing they don't show the nunchucks guy with them, which means that he's probably either going to be on his own, or he's going to be with, of course, Altair, which that probably is how it's going to be. I'm not too sure from his character. He doesn't seem like an evil guy, but we'll have to wait and see how that works out for him later on. But yeah, all we got to see at the very ending cliffhanger was, of course, this new girl who I guess kind of, it seems like a dick way to say, but is a replacement of Mamika in the way that she's kind of like, I'm not saying they're exactly the same character, but she's got that innocent, kind of shy, kind of personality that we saw in Mamika, and her wanting to be, helping people. And that's what we saw her with, helping the little girl trying to find a police station. You can kind of see that she's kind of a naive character, So it's kind of is like they're replacing her. It's not the same thing. I still feel like obviously Mamika was pretty badass towards the end and everything. And I'm not too sure what kind of anime this new girl comes from, but she's honestly super cute. Like when she was like, huh? The damn tilting her head, kind of cute, shy, saying huh, like I was like over the edge. I was like, oh my gosh, please next week come along. I want to see more of this girl and see if I actually really do like her character, because for all we know she may be really irritating when we hear more of her in the next episode. So who knows, first thoughts at least, definitely cute and definitely excited to see more of her, but you never know, honestly. But yeah, it's really all I gotta say. That was pretty much the episode. Like I said, more of an info dump, kind of explaining everything that's gonna go on with this new, festival thing that they have announced, and then of course, kind of the infighting and kind of after progress with the crew on this huge collab, and of course Sota moving forward, and then of course the new characters being shown, or at least one of them being shown at the end for a cliffhanger. But yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Good, bad. How did you feel about the opening? How did you feel about the ending? How did you feel about this episode overall? Are you excited to see, the new characters? Put down whatever you guys think. I always love to hear what you guys think. So yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. So till next time, see ya.